Cause when you're black is a big threat. Never seen nothing like this yet. Such a pretty brown skin. When you see my melanin, you better show some respect. They can't contain me, no. So they wanna come change me, no. It's a mental slavery, minimal bravery. Me not see the fix yet. So no, I won't lower my standards. So watch me fight for what's mine, who I am proud of. Ooh, ooh, you won't be taking what's mine, I don't play by my culture. Ooh, out of many, one people all the same. Same color, blood flow through within. The strongest survive the human race. Only love will last along the way. Tell your children black is beautiful. To be alive is a whole lot of privilege. Education is the key to rule the world. You don't need to be white to be a pretty girl. Tell your children black is beautiful. How we now go back for no privilege. Knowledge is the ruler of the world. You don't need to be white to be a pretty girl. When you're black is a big threat. Never seen nothing like this yet. Such a pretty brown skin. When you see my melanin, you better show some respect. They can't condemn me, no. So they wanna come change me, no. It's a mental slavery, minimal bravery. Me not see the fix yet. So no, I won't lower my standards. So watch me fight for what's mine, who I am proud of. Ooh, ooh, you won't be taking what's mine, I don't play by my culture. Yeah. Tell your children black is beautiful. To be alive is a whole lot of privilege. Education is the key to rule the world. You don't need to be white to be a pretty girl. Tell your children black is beautiful. And we not go back for no privilege. Knowledge is the ruler of the world. You don't need to be white to be a pretty girl.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. For those who know me, know that one is one of my favorites as well, right? That I've played a number of times on this program. We must have that self-confidence. We must have that love for ourselves. And by coincidence, I'm wearing black today. We have a 91.9 FM new polo. All right, the red ain't bad at all. It's a little heavy, you know. But it ain't bad, as work with it. We clothes don't make us look good. We make clothes look good, right? As they talk, we just bust sometimes. But black is one of my favorite colors. Certainly it signifies strength, fortitude, solidity. And I'm glad they handle us an X color, so I don't have to wear that red all the time. No offense to anybody or any red is a nice color, but a little kind of heavy. I find it a little harsh. I like my whites. I like my blacks. Little more subtle colors. Blue. I used to say purple was my favorite color when I was younger. Now it really don't matter so much. And color does not matter, but it matters. Whatever color you are, which isn't even significant. Same color runs through our veins. I never see somebody bleed green yet. Although I think Trump and them fellas might be bleeding a different color. Men like Ben Gavir, I know if it's red, them fellas bleeding, boy. Whoo. Blessings to everyone. All praises due to the Creator of all things, all of us. Brothers and sisters in humanity, despite whatever small differences, idiosyncrasies between us, the little one may be tall, who tall like Wemby, a man calling me Wemby now, Wembayana, I think is his proper name. I wish whatever little specifics, however our hair may be and the color of our skin, really doesn't matter. And we have to unlearn what they taught us and learn something new and reiterate to ourselves. And if it's too late for us, because for some of us it is ingrained in us, it is ingrained, a dislike for self, a feeling of being lesser than is ingrained in us. And that's sad. We have to work on ourselves, but we also have to free our children of that ideology. So that Chanel Munir, Black is Beautiful, I always played for my children, in particular my daughters, because, you know, it have a female perspective to it. You don't have to be white to be a pretty girl. You don't have to be white. What distinguishes us is our characters. What distinguishes us is the way that we behave. And I would like to say to all of us in Trinidad and Tobago, distinguish yourself by your character. Distinguish yourself by your character. I'll go to use some bad examples or some bad behaved people. Good morning, licensing, Ryson Road. I hope you behaving today. Bad behave. Nasty attitude. I hope you're behaving this morning. You know how bad it is to be characterized by a nasty attitude? You know how bad that is? Do yourself a little service now and change up your ways. I know what to suggest to you. I got to say go and baptize, go and do something, go and take shahada, go and do something and be reborn. And go somewhere where people don't know you as a pig. Or respect to pigs, to animals. And behave yourself now. Your character. Your good name. He who steals my purse steals trash, but he who steals my good name takes that which doesn't enrich him, but makes me poor indeed. Fix up yourself. Because that is what really should define us as human beings. I don't really business about how much money you have. I don't business about how you look. The prettiest people do the ugliest things. Pretty, supposedly. You dress up, a monkey, it might look good. Again, no offense to the animals. So let us behave. And let us love ourselves. Let us feel confidence in ourselves. Let us educate ourselves. I'm not just talking about traditional education, but there are some basics that are absolutely fundamental. Ensure that your children can read and write. Ensure that your children can do mathematics, etc. Or else they will not be able to survive in life. And then add to that with knowledge. Stay away from this, stay away from that. Speaking to her mother in the park, and she said, nah, I don't play. Because she's saying her son became a Muslim and, you know, he's a good young man. And she was there with her granddaughter, Amira. Good morning and blessings to that family. And she's saying, nah, which she in play. She shaped that from young. And there's so much work that we have to do to shape our young people. Or else they grow up and they become problems for us and for society. Parenting is sacrifice. And if you're not willing to make that sacrifice of your time and your effort, then manage what God give you. It's all kind of ways now. Visit family planning. Manage yourself. Because it is a sacrifice. My dad used to say husband and wife, but when you have children, husband and wife no more, it's mother and father. Love those children. And I say this in the context of the sad situation as well with this baby, this child, and that individual. I ain't sure, boy. I ain't sure if he bleeding red, boy. All of us humanity, yeah? All of us, red blood flows through our veins. Our color skin does not matter, but I don't know, boy. I feel I want to check to see if he bleeding red. Failure. When I tell you failure. And you throw away your life as well, because let's get real, right? You're not getting away with certain things. You're not getting away. You're not going to get away with those types of acts. You're not getting away. A man now spent 37 years in jail for killing a toddler and then was resentenced because he was sentenced to death. He have 4 more years or something. 30-something years you're going to sit down in jail for the least. You never know if the hangman go come back in Trinidad. And that might be easier. It's not going to, what you think is going to come out of it. What possessing some people, boy? What possessing some people? I see people asking why it had to take his confession, what happened to her, why it took so long. Boy, I don't even want to know. I know whoever have to deal with it had to deal with the sad circumstances and the sad individuals who responsible. There are problems in this place, I'm telling you. There's some spiritual problems in this place because you can't explain it from any other perspective. What you thinking? Dark, it bad. I'm telling you, it's bad. So you choose your path. Horrible. You choose your path. And now, just gonna waste away. You're gonna sit in a small space and waste away for decades. I don't know. Crazy. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Salamu alaikum, Baka.
Hey, wa alaikum salam. Peace and blessings.
And may peace and blessings be upon your callers and your listeners. May the intelligent raise. And sometimes it's spiritual. Sometimes it's sigil messages sent to your brain through movies, through song. And we act out on it. And the people and them who design the world know the pressure, the social aspect, and make it hard for them. Whether comprise of that oppression and the sigil message and the spiritual aspect, it are compressed. And you're seeing it on the street. You're seeing it in certain people reclusing themselves. They don't care about the rest, extract the money from the poor people. When you have 600 reclusal and they have a budget, is that them reclusal coming from the budget forward? You ever think about it? That money was recusal, and this man, brother, was borrowing money to lend back with government right there from you. No, just sign our money. You don't do no work, no cement work. You don't build no building. Billions of dollars. Is that extract from the computer and thing the children or the road that we supposed to be taking? Is these men and them is by design? Is in the air? They send several message to we brain receive it knowingly or unknowingly receive these messages and them from this song and this movie. You see that little box what we not sit down in the drawing room and watch and depend on news, CNN, BBC, tell me that man sit down in a cave and blow up the World Trade Center, that the mosquito gain the virus H1N1 and West Nile. They blame the creator, one of the creator animals like the mosquito, one of the creation for gain the disease. Like if the mosquito have lab and brings van and monetary system and then print in US, like if the mosquito gonna pick up that money and gain the disease now. Every 3 months a disease the mosquito, blaming the mosquito for it. It's like we getting programmed forward to believe that it have a song a man is saying that man got lick with the diseases, the most dangerous diseases. The man say talking about the elephantitis, arthritis and the one diabetes. And he say man only build explodes from poverty to Genesis. I know people know the song. The song was maybe as a youth, I know if you know the song. But it coming to pass, we say that's about 40, 50 years ago that man sing that song coming to pass. What is behind them designing this disease? You go here one come out Ebola, West Nile, H1N1, influenza. They used to blame the mosquito for it. So they come and blame African brothers. Then they go blame the monkey. But you know they ain't blaming the FDA. And yeah, they design disease, you know. This is where the white man come in. Nothing in the world. Disease and bomb. Forward morning is not salam alaikum, but it's in the air. And you see that black box where we must buy that flat screen.
Yeah.
And we cannot think for yourself. Just program the people and their mind up and tell them to shop, buy, consume, hate.
Yeah.
Salam alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam. Yeah. There is some programming that is powerful. You have it in front of you here, this phone, and you're tuning into it, and you're watching it, and you're glued to it, and it's sending you messages. It's listening to you too, you know. And whatever you talking about, it bringing you things close to whatever you're talking about. It listening to you, you know. And then it putting what it want into your head. And then it have these subliminal messages. Sometimes you don't know why you're feeling for whatever. You don't know why you want to do what you want to do. Be careful, all you. Be careful, as I heard another young man speaking about some of the music that is being played nowadays. Tommy Lee, Murderer. And it encourages you. It putting you in a mind space, a head space that different. Even the beat when it take you bounce and you're going bouncing, you know. We gotta be careful with our inputs. I've done a psychological study on my children and different music and different inputs. Be careful what they're watching and they're playing on those phones. I try to play religious music that is encouraging them in a positive light. Let them sing it, because guess what? You play it for 3-4 times and they're singing along with it and they know it by heart. So it is stored somewhere. It's stored somewhere in them. Programming them. You can program people in a positive way, or you can program them in a negative way. And we mightn't understand that it's being done. But there are people who are purposefully programming us. Or they wouldn't believe the length of wickedness mankind will go to. Like I said before, you all wouldn't believe that people will make sickness, illnesses, disease. You wouldn't believe that men will do that to cull the population. And cull is usually a word used for animals, right? To kill some of the population. Also to sell their medicine. You wouldn't believe that. But it have what's supposed to be humans who that evil. You all wouldn't believe it are people who encourage or create war to sell weapons. You all mightn't believe that, you know. But it have that. That exists. There are people who harness organs, who take children, kill them, take their organs and sell them. Or they mightn't believe that. You mightn't have seen it in real life yourself. But that level of wickedness, selfishness, evil exists. Right here, right now. Right here, right now. So we have to be careful what we're producing as human beings. We have to be careful with our children. We have to be careful with our children. And as we come back after the break, we'll continue to talk a little bit about our children, because there's a disturbing video as well with a fight in Montrose, I think. Disturbing behavior. Too much. We'll be right back after the break.
Absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
TechFlex TT Limited, the #1 computer store in Trinidad and Tobago, has all your tech needs. We have the latest computers, MacBooks and affordable Chromebooks for school and work, providing new and refurbished options to suit everyone's budget. Also, we carry a variety of printer options and ink solutions for your home and office needs. Need repairs done? Our experienced technicians can solve your tech problems. Visit us now at any of our 2 locations, Wilson Road, Scarborough, next to Royal Castle, or Penco Street, Montrose, Chagonas. Call 235-4919 for more info. TechFlex TT Limited. Affordable tech, exceptional service.
A feeling for a big meal. Chicken. With big taste. Must be KFC. And big flavor. Chicken. And value for my money. Must be KFC. Yo, who keeps saying that? Well, I hearing something. I'm the voice in your belly. Get big value every day of the week, from Munchin Mondays to Fantastic Fridays, and specials to make your weekend even tastier. Check socials for details. Remember, there's only one original, often imitated but never duplicated. It must be KFC.
Some moments take a turn for the better. Hear the rev of a perfect engine. Feel the leather beneath your fingertips. Experience the luxury that turns heads. With the new luxury ride game from NLCD Scratch, you have 21 chances to turn your luck into luxury. Scratch your way to the ultimate prize, a 2026 BMW Grand Coupe 218i with 1 year fully comprehensive insurance. Plus enjoy even more chances to win with a new bonus prize area and second chance feature. Get your luxury ride Scratch tickets today, and you could be one of 3 lucky winners driving away in style. Players must be 18 years and older. Please play responsibly.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Hi there, I'm Lester Sublal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from King's Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. Twister Thursdays. Wrap up your Thursday the right way. Twister Thursdays. 2 twisters for just $54.95. Loaded, saucy, finger-licking good. One bite and you know it must be KFC. Order now or follow KFC Trinidad and Tobago WhatsApp channel for all the best deals. Good and natural ginger tea. My granny tell me a hot cup of good and natural ginger tea first thing in the morning does wonders for the body. Good and natural ginger tea in its single-size packet is excellent for flavoring your cooking, salads, and desserts. That's the only one I ain't tried yet. All they will tell me about that. Ginger for your salads, I don't know. Dessert with ginger, I ain't know about that one either. Cooking, yeah. But when it comes to a hot cup of tea, excellent. Just boiling water to add. And as old people say, don't take flambeau to see in the night what you can see clearly in the day. Good and natural ginger tea. Good advice to start your day right. With all of the Sahara dust, with all of the viruses, etc. that are out and about all over. I don't want to speculate too much about who creating it and who releasing it, but certain things are sketchy, and we know historically as well there are admissions of entities that have created and transmitted and released different viruses and diseases into populations. But strengthen yourself as much as possible. And ginger certainly is one of the best ways to build your immunity. Lion brand products, fry bake mix. Craving that golden perfection of homemade fry bakes without the fuss? Lion brand fry bake mix in its convenient, easy to use pouch makes it incredibly simple. Just add water and yeast, mix, and fry for crispy fried bakes that are ready in minutes. Perfect for a quick snack. Our fry bake mix helps you bring family and friends together around the table for a delicious meal. Share the flavor and create delicious memories with Lion Brand Fry Bake Mix. Lion Brand, the power behind our great taste traditions. Of course, it is with the advent of cell phones and the extensive use of them, even by our young ones, that we see more of what is taking place with younger children, with school children, etc. But the level of violence is not acceptable. And I looked at that video yesterday of some school children fighting. And in particular, when a man is down, because I have fought in school, we fight in school. Sometimes you play, you're not serious fighting, but you're fighting class against class, year against year. All kind of nonsense you do in school, you know. But there's a code. There's a limit. There's a behavior. And when a man down, you don't kick him in his head, But I don't know where that level of violence is coming from. I'm saying I don't know, but I have an idea, to be honest. But we need to dig deep and fix this problem. And I'm not one to be extreme in reaction. Yeah, people saying try them like adults, jail them, whatever. That's not the solution. But proper solutions need to be found. And yes, there needs to be serious consequences as well. So that was sad to see. Talk to your children as they go to school this morning. Talk to your children like my friend who I was speaking to in the park. She warned her son, hey, I will beat you in front of everybody if you play the fool. If I see you waiting on special maxi, if I, so, carrot and the stick, you have to be serious. You have to reward good behavior, and you have to punish bad behavior in whatever way you can to abuse the children. Some are more challenging than others, but certain codes, certain behaviors. You don't kick a man if he's down. You don't kick a fellow student, even though you have whatever with them in the head, in the face. Come on. I remember little class, whatever thing, and somebody pull a knife, and everybody was like, hey, boy. Everyone. It done there. Now you go into next. Yo, friends, everybody. hold him. Nah, no. No, brother. It maybe it's energy as well. These children need supervised ways to get that energy out. We need to find a way to channel whatever is inside of them and help them to understand how to utilize their strength. But that path is a dangerous path, and children gonna lose their lives again. It has happened in the past. It has happened in the past. The administration has tried different things, police in school, certain measures have been put in place, but more needs to be done. Children are going to lose their life. The human being, as bad and strong and wherever you may think you are, one bad lash, and you're not here anymore. So let us try to find some solutions to those issues, because they are concerning. Let us speak to our children. For those who are ready to be parents and who understand, go forth and multiply. For those who don't want that responsibility, and it is a serious responsibility, take the measures not to hurt children. I don't know if it's my place to tell all of that, but otherwise, what are you doing? We go to the news. And I listened to international news this morning, and I saw some responses to the evil that is being perpetuated by the Israeli government. And one particular minister now stands out with his treatment of those activists in the global flotilla. Right? If you all don't know what the global flotilla is, people from all over the world, many different nationalities came together, put together their resources, purchased aid, assistance for the people of Palestine, Gaza in particular, and they attempted by boat to go to Gaza and deliver that humanitarian aid. It is not the first time they've tried to do it. Some of the people on this journey that took place recently have made the journey before. The Israeli government, in contravention of international law, have been, you can't even say arresting, kidnapping, because you have to arrest somebody for a crime, and it is not a crime to navigate your ship through international waters and deliver humanitarian aid. It is not a crime. But they are law unto themselves in their minds, so they have been perpetuating continuous violations of international law. They stand out as having the distinction. They have committed the most violations of international law for any country, certainly in the last century, because they now exist in any case, supposedly. Right? Terrible. And now, to add insult to injury, to highlight the disturbing nature of some of these individuals, the National Security Minister, goes into a room with some of these activists and is taunting them, and they're being abused in front of him, and he's smiling and whatever, and it is recorded and published. You understand how bad your mind had to be? how hard your heart has to be because you can't even recognize right from wrong. You think you are above that. So you make action, you do actions and you publicize it. And of course there have been reactions. Canada, I don't want to say the wrong countries, but a number of countries, including Canada, have summoned their ambassadors from Israel. And there have been strong condemnations of that type of behavior. When worse has been going on, but at least this is the world that we live in. I don't know how many children are aware of the type of atrocities and evil taking place. And our hope is not that they are inspired by that evil. I hope so. And we have to purify our homes and our hearts, right? Because there's a lot of evil in the world as well. So those are some of the developments taking place. Of course, the standoff with Iran and the US is continual. We would also have seen there have been a few ships that have been able to maneuver through the Strait of Hormuz. Not maneuver on their own, but through whatever brokered diplomacy with Iran. So Iran maintains a certain level of control over that area, and that would have impacts on the global markets as well. Maybe hopeful. Maybe things will decrease a bit in hope of it regularizing. Respect to those brave people who took part in that global flotilla. And we didn't see a Trinbagonian represent us yet, but I would be proud to see that. Raul Castro as well, just to touch on that one. I think we mentioned it yesterday. There's been an indictment for his arrest. Just this current US administration doing the most in colloquial terms, right? Being extremely hostile towards others. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Morning, Fuad.
Morning, brother. Welcome.
Morning. I was just thinking about something you were saying about the kids there, and I want to lend a different perspective, a different dimension. I would ask that, men in particular step up to their responsibilities, because I grew up in two challenged communities. My father was present. And when I think about the children, when we grew up, the majority of women were present in the lives of the children. And I saw, and I said, challenged communities I came from, who wasn't shot or in prison, died. But those kids, where their father were present, they have better standing in society now. I'm not saying mothers are important. Mothers and fathers are important. But I think we continue to go down a path where men are not taking their responsibilities serious and understanding the impact they have on particularly their boys' lives. So I want to ask men, the men who have boys in particular, women, yes, your children are important as well, but particularly a boy's life, step up and take that responsibility to groom and mold. My father, my uncles, I grew up among them, and they would beat you and the neighbor child. That is the environment, and I grew up in, like I said, two challenged communities, but I was able to come out because my father used to say, if I ever see you on that block doing X, Y, and Z, I will do so and so. And he instilled that fear in my life. Up to this day, I tell people I can't even curse in front of my father because I don't know what direction he hand will come. So again, I ask men. I mean, there's a disturbing trend where women are preventing men from entering their child's lives. It is. I feel for people like Rondell Fields and what he's trying to advocate for. But men step up, be a role model, and teach, particularly a boy child, how to be leaders in this world that we live in. Thanks, what?
Yeah, thank you very much. I can't reiterate what you have said more, because that is absolutely fundamental. Listen, there are studies that have been done that prove that you are at an advantage if you have both parents in your lives. Like, proven. They've done case studies, they've done data, and yes, mothers play a tremendous role, and there are women who somehow by the grace of God and by the grace of their wonderful spirits, respect to all of those mothers, real mothers, right? They pull it off in the absence of a father. But that's not the way it's supposed to be. That's not the way that it is designed. That example, children learn by example, and they will pattern their fathers. They will look at you, and they will walk like you, and they will talk like you. I have a rule in my presence: my children have to speak proper English. And once you're talking to me, you have to speak proper English. You could speak colloquial, whatever, on your own time. Because in Trinidad, you have to learn 2 languages. You have to learn Trinidadian and you have to learn English. Because when my children extend themselves to view the world, it is proper English that will be necessary for them to communicate with others in other places, not Trinidadian. And for a matter of fact, learn some other languages too, soon, as I have done. And if you can, extend their education even beyond that. Ensure that they are involved in a sport. Ensure that they are involved in some musical. There's pan, there's drums, there's whatever, according to whatever you believe, so that they can advance themselves. Their coordination, their mind is developed as best as possible. I would say cut it tailor, I had to be careful. Dissuade them by whatever means is necessary out of love from bad company and bad behavior. Dissuade them and be purposeful and sensible in what you do, especially procreation, especially making children. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Ford.
Hey, good morning. Welcome.
I'm so happy to hear you speak about, the need for people to speak good English and or speak English or the language. And people talk about, pidgin, right? That's a mix between the English and the local language. In Jamaica, you had a controversy recently with respect to patois, which is English and their local language. But I'm saying it's important because if you go out there, if you go to you speak in a pidgin, people don't understand you. If you go to Canada, you go to America, you won't understand them. I was in just in the Caribbean here, and you have people from Jamaica when they speak something, you don't understand what they say. The Bajan, sometimes they speak in a kind of, when they don't want you to understand what they're saying, they speak, and then you understand the pidgin language that exists there, and you can't understand. And I am from Trinidad, I'm from the Caribbean. You can't understand. So I'm saying that people long to speak, even people in Spain, they want to speak English. They want to speak, because you go to England, you go to a university and whatnot, you have to write in English, you have to speak in English. You go to study law, you have to be able to speak English. You go to those law school, right? You have to be able to speak proper English. So there's some people who try to, that not the language, that Babylon language, and that kind of mentality, that kind of thinking, backwardness, right? Yes, you could speak your patois, you could speak that, but the fact remains you have to be able to speak, you must have a command of the English language. Because that is what is required outside there. The people who in Brazil, the people they want to speak in Africa, they want to speak English too. And so I think it's a good but you have those other people who want to ram down the minds of the people, keep them daft, keep them in ignorance, keep them backward, and they speak in good English, They go to university and they speak the white man, they call it the white man language, and they do all these sort of things. But they want your children to remain in a state of backwardness in the backwaters.
Yeah.
What I want to speak about, Mr. Ford, is the question of, no matter what you say, but I mean, I would still keep up the struggle. I heard recently where the Cuban High Ambassador, because it's not High Commission. When we talk about High Commission, we talk about the Commonwealth. But when we speak about outside the Commonwealth, we speak about ambassadors, right? So Jamaica High Commission, the High Commission to Nigeria, because they are within the Commonwealth, we speak about ambassadors, those people outside of the Commonwealth. But I heard him speak about assistance and or probably condemning the America for the action they have taken against Cuba in dealing with the blockage and all that kind of thing, and the hardship that they face, and calling on Trinidad and other CARICOM countries to, state their position with respect to it. But I was taken aback, because I don't know if they're waiting for Trinidad to jump out there. None of them jumping out there, and nothing from Barbados, nothing from Comrade. Nothing from those people up there. Nothing, but you want. So the thing of when they tell you have to go out there and you have to go and say this and you have to go and say that, they're not doing it. And quietly, they succumbed to the pressures of the Americans. So that is all I want to say on that matter. Yeah. But I want to say speak also about those communities again, especially those along the East-West corridor, where these MPs and councillors, the same parties that receive their vote and they ascend to power, they neglect those communities. And I'm saying again that I want to see over the period of the summer, of the summer, but the vacation, what activities are going to be mounted in those communities to assist those people to come out of the backwaters, come out of their slumber, come out of the disaster, the morass in which they find themselves. I want to know what programs you're going to mount, because you have community centers, you have big library and all kind of thing underutilized. What activities you propose to mount there to educate and uplift the people in those communities? Take the poor ones, the less fortunate ones, out of the trap that they find themselves. Because you could mobilize. The same way you mobilize on some Sunday gone. If you're really serious about helping poor people and you like to take them out of their problems and the struggle, mount programs in those communities. I just suggested, I'm not telling you that you have to do it, but I just suggest in my mind that you could do things like debate, you could do things like public speaking, you could do interpersonal skills and whatnot, and you could mount that as an annual, adds other things onto it. But you're not doing anything. But you don't care about them down there. You care about the vote. You mobilize them, and because I can speak about that, because I lived at a time, I grew up in communities where the poor people have always been neglected. There's no activity. Look what happened here. There's some football competition that took place recently. I haven't heard anybody from Forwards. I heard one team I heard from somewhere in PT Valley. Right? Simeon Road or wherever it is.
Yeah.
But at one time, Carnage was the bastion of football. Nothing takes place there. The Martin, Northern Guns. You had football there, people, and you had all the nothing. So what these councillors, what this party, what they're doing to help those people who put you there to represent them? Nothing. What they're doing in Laventille, are you marching? Are you going up there to meet the people to educate, tell them put down the guns, time to take a more positive approach to life and all that? You could do that. You could do that. You have, because you have the support. You organize there. You have party groups and all these things. You do nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, you wait for that, Mr.
Well, I don't expect much, you know. I don't expect. I really and truly, to be honest with you, I just say that because I think I have a duty to speak out.
You wait.
But I don't expect much from them. That is not in their DNA.
You wait for Dinobrega. You wait for Colin Imbert. You wait for Keith Scotland. You wait for them to do that. Have a good morning. Eh? You will wait forever.
All right, thanks for sir. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You will wait forever. Maybe one or two of the councillors, maybe a few of them, but no. Them fellas not on that. Right? Just to run through the news as we continue. The minister weighing in, Mr. Roger Alexander, stating that justice will be served. And yes, well, justice, but we have to do some work on our society to prevent people going into that dark place where they commit those types of acts. And another story, chopped man found dead after 999 call. Las Lomas man was finally found after 36 hours. Right, 36 hours he called 999, and they finally found him in a cocoa field. Obviously, locating him may have been difficult. Another concerning incident now. I love the individual as expressed by people within the community, and they don't understand why someone would attack him. You know, and another incident that needs to be investigated and solved. In other news, I see someone described as a petty thief. I don't know who is describing him as a petty thief. I'll try to read into the article. Was killed by the police. Commissioner, minister, we need those body cameras, please, because let's dissuade any doubt and inferences by just having the evidence there. The relatives of a man who was fatally shot by police in a break-in in Cunupia yesterday would like demanding an investigation into the incident. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Baka.
Hey, welcome.
How are you this morning, sir?
Yeah, I good, man.
All right, let's see if we can have the Queen's English, because I don't understand now why we talking about English, you know. And get our situation because our Prime Minister said she has her ancestral name, so she should be speaking her language instead of the Queen's English.
Use trouble. Go ahead and make your point now, man. Go ahead.
Morning.
Yeah.
So, this incident with this gentleman, apparently, from listening to the news, this gentleman is supposed to be the caretaker of that property. And if he's an addict, how could he afford a revolver? A man who's an addict go in the garden, according to his family, pick something in the garden, get the neighbor might cook it, and he will get a plate of food. How could he afford a firearm?
Which
The statement to that you were going to hear that you said this.
The last one I'm now going to read where they're saying is a petty thief.
Well, right.
Okay.
Is saying that the gentleman is staying in that house as the caretaker because the person is away. That's what the family is claiming. So I'm saying the same thing you are saying. If the police are there, body cams, we would have been able to see the interaction between the officer and the gentleman to understand what took place, causing the officer to draw his firearm and have to use it. Other than that, we're going by what the police say. And after the incident with the gentleman with the car, that the report just come in yesterday, we have to do the police action because what the commissioner telling me based on that yesterday. The police is using what you tell them? Some kind of force. There's some tune that he's using to sort of justify their action for police killings.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't taking that. So turn your body cams. Let me see the interaction between population and the police service. That's what we need to see.
Yeah, I would love to see that. That will improve policing tenfold.
It is quite strange to see a man who is now what we would call National Security Minister, I didn't give him a big name, was on a television program highlighting crime. So he should be now in a better position to use his body cams to show us the level of crime that the police interact with and show you how great the police service is at. But instead of telling me you want a body cam, rubbish. Enjoy your day.
Yeah, you enjoy your day as well. And I really hope that situation is rectified. The commissioner said he is procuring the necessary body cameras that will work, and it has to be done. It's taken too long. It's too long. The other institutions have donated vehicles and all sorts of other implements to the police. Reach out, and I'm sure there are entities who will assist in purchase and procurement so that we could clear up these incidents. You know, there should be no doubt with the way that police officers behave. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning to you, my brother. Blessings to you.
Hey,
how are you doing this morning?
I did. Let me see if I could read your status. Nah, I can't read it still. Go ahead.
yeah. I will change it later.
Life is too... first line I could read. Life is too short to stress. And I agree. Life is too short to stress. Don't stress all here. Deal with the problems, but don't stress. Go ahead.
Yes, definitely. I just want to join in with Mr. Barataria just with his comment just now. What I'm realizing, Mr. Fuad, that our commissioner have a way of just running out instead of really where you would investigate a matter first. You know, get a sense of what took place or whatever before coming out and making comments. We saw it with the well, I just call it a murder. We saw it with the murder of Mr. Joshua with his hands out of the vehicle. Our commissioner just run out. Yeah, the thing we go shoot them, and we go shoot them without getting having a proper investigation done to find out what really took place. And in this instance, Mr. Fuad, as far as the news was saying last night, the gentleman is someone who stays in the area there, in the yard, because the people, when the people go overseas, they leave him there to look after the place and so on. So it wasn't to say it was a home invasion. Somebody saw the individual there and called the police. to making it sound as though it was a home invasion. But as far as the news was saying, it was not a home invasion, and family members and people are wrong, right? People are wrong who know the individual. They said he's a caretaker. He sees about the place when the homeowners are out. So apparently somebody called the police and say somebody who don't know the individual and say it's a home invasion taking place. And here the police come and say the man had a gun and they shoot him. So people now, Mr. Ford, have to be careful now in going in certain yards or property. It could be a cousin, it could be a niece, it could be a nephew. Going into a vicinity and somebody around don't know them and call the police and say it have a home invasion taking place. And the reason why I'm saying this, Mr. Ford, our commissioner, after hearing about it, well, police have a way that a thing, but he runs out too fast. Unlike some of our other commissioners that we would have had, who would have said, well, I can't say nothing right now.
You mean like other commissioners? It had some other commissioners run out too.
Yeah.
He should have learned from them. Yeah, he should have learned from them.
I agree with you, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, you had to be cautious,
Yeah, but what I'm saying, I noticed with him that he just run out. Before analyzing what took place and whatever, he just run out. We officers will have to do what I have to do and whatever. Get to the naked, because you can't, something happen now, you can't just jump out 2 hours after, 3 hours after. And this is just my point. My point this morning. Analyze the situation, investigate the situation. Don't just run out because your name commissioner and just make broad statements before finding out exactly what took place. As usual, Mr. Ford, have a blessed morning, sir, and blessings.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm now reading through that story as well. And again, just in general, a caution to our officers, take your time. Take your time, because when you act out of haste, when you pick up the sentiments of somebody's society that pushes you into and is asking for blood, so to speak. When you make mistakes, when you hastily kill individuals in cold blood, you have to pay for that, Don't feel you don't have a consequence for it. Legally, you have a consequence. Sometimes you might get away. Sometimes, but the net is getting tighter. But you also have responsibility personally for that. Don't think you're going to go to God and show him a badge and tell him, well, you as a TTPS officer, that is why you just carelessly shoot someone. Or you fed up a housebreakers or whatever, so you shoot a man how many ever times? I don't know, Understand life, don't get chained up. It is a challenging responsibility you have, but you have to take it seriously. Life is sacred. Life is sacred. So this new incident, which is a continuation of a very serious continuous problem that we have, use of force and the absence of body cameras which can curb and ensure officers understand accountability and responsibility in terms of their use of force towards citizens. From what I've read, it is concerning from what I've read. And, even caution to the commissioner as well. Be be cautious in your statements, because you cannot blanketly support some of the actions of your officers, because there are incidents that are continuing to raise questions. Mr. Guevara stated, "Let this incident serve as an unmistakable warning to anyone who believes they can terrorize communities or violate the sanctity of people's homes. If you choose to arm yourself, invade the homes of others, and confront law enforcement, you will face the full weight of the TTPS." But are the circumstances of this incident really in line with what you're saying? Are the circumstances in line? Are we encouraging our officers? They will be caught on camera just now, you know. They will get themselves in problems. They will be arrested. They will face the law. You will try to help them escape, but it's only so far you could go. Be careful the messaging that you are giving. I 100% against any action where you violate the sanctity of somebody's home, you know. But do not encourage officers to act disproportionately or incorrect according to the laws and the laws of Trinidad and Tobago, and the way in which they are supposed to meet certain circumstances with force. So the family of the person deceased, obviously they want investigations to take place. Obviously they are concerned about the loss of life. And another unclear incident that needs to take the attention of our police service, because again now is investigators, police investigators as well, which is concerning. Himself checking on himself, kinda have to now take time to investigate this matter to ensure that the right thing was done. If we had the investment of body cameras, which we've been begging for years and years and years, if we had the investment, then there would be clarity in this situation. Just to go through further on in the news, death threat for Tetron prison officer. Apparently there's been reports of a death threat. Night falls without Angelo being found. That's concerning. Major breakthrough in Angelo probe. Of course, we know that. Go ahead. Morning.
Morning, Mr. Bakar. No, don't say we waited on body cameras for years and years and years. More than 3 years ago, police officer stopped me. I took out my phone because of what happened, and he was able to show me I have one body camera. And the same way I taping you, same way you taping me, I taping you. And because I'm not going to issue you a ticket, because he didn't like how I take out the phone. So there were police who decided to wear their body cameras because it was there. It's just that it's not mandatory. When this administration took in office, there was also a group of body cameras that was purchased, already paid for, already on its way here. And Mr. Alexander decided that they were too expensive. And how much one cost. And decided he don't want that. You understand that, my brother? So don't make it seem as though there was no attempt to make police wear body cam. There is that this administration is not going along the road of the hour by bringing it out and then going to the parliament and make it mandatory that you have to wear it. Okay, sir?
All right. Thank you very much. Right. Yeah. wasn't really taking a political slant on it. I was just talking from a level of advocacy, but no problem. I would call on this administration as well. It is not mandatory at the moment. I want to encourage this administration strongly to put law in place so that for those officers at least that are operational in certain ways, that it is mandatory for them to wear these body cameras, that sufficient body cameras are also procured and made available for them as well. Whatever the gap, whatever the failure in the past, I'm not arguing that, or whatever failure that it may be alluded to even in this administration over the year that they've been in office. Fix the problem. They've said that there's procurement going on from the TTPS, right? The TTPS has done the procurement. Let us finish that process in a timely manner and let's get it going quickly. You have a number of these body cameras in the station, those people who are responding from the station to calls like this. Quick, stick it in, let's have a front pouch or whatever, stick it in that pouch, get it going. And for those response units that are on the streets, those response units ensure that they have those cameras running on them and running. And let's end that problem once and for all. Let's clear that gray area. There's a gray area where crooked cops want to hide. There's a gray area, a little dead spot, dark hole that they want to hide in. Those days of lack of accountability, let us end that once and for all. And let us see the importance of ending it. Let us understand the importance of ending it. And bring our service to a level that is beyond disrepute, beyond allegation, beyond, we ensure. Morning again, Mr. West. Go ahead.
Yes, I agree with you. And, it's helpful. It helps the government. It helps the police. It helps the society. This is what is being done. I saw this woman Brianna, who was killed somewhere in the United States and whatnot. The people protested and whatnot. And this thing was the cameras and all that kind of thing. In England, all over the place, people wearing cameras. And in fact, where police shootings has been very controversial here. All you would do by procrastinating or preventing the use of camera. I'm not saying that if in fact it is, I ain't saying that all you're preventing anything. But I'm saying that you need to get this thing going. Politically, it would not work in your favor. Because when every morning is a police shooting with this one and nobody could, and no camera on and no camera, and we order this and we order that. How long does it take to come? How long? So you have to act on that. You're giving the opposition and you're giving those people opposed to you further every morning is the same thing. Whereas it is to get the camera and put it on what's wrong with that? It helps you as a government. It helps you as the police. And it also helps the population with respect to transparency and accountability on the part of the law enforcement. So I don't know, but I think the time has come when some steps must be taken to expedite the use of camera. But it all has to do to a large extent with police culture. They believe in fact, culture, how it operates is people's values, beliefs, attitudes, and whatnot, and informal rules, which in fact may have informed the way people think and the way people act. So they've been acting so for all the years. They do what they want, and they're forced onto themselves. Because if you already think they start a march in Port of Spain there, so if they say we don't want no camera and the leader say they, or somebody say they don't want no camera and we can't get camera, they jump in that. The fact remains, as I'm saying, that the government has a duty, the Minister of National Security, working with the Commissioner of Police, the National Security Council, you have to do something to get this thing going. Don't let this thing get out of hand.
Yeah.
Don't let the people start. When people start, you understand that it is required, it's a necessity, it's wanted, it's good. It's good for you.
Yeah, it's good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. It would be a definite plus to any administration who gets this one done. A definite plus. It will improve law enforcement. It will improve the trust and the relationship between the police and citizens. It will unequivocally dismiss any doubt. I haven't seen the response in Jamaica to the latest extrajudicial killing, that individual who was shot by the police, that woman, but that is going to have tremendous ramifications in Jamaica. That's international news, just in cold blood. And I'm saying it's just a matter of time if you don't change the culture, introduce these measures to bring accountability. It's just a matter of time before officers are caught again doing terrible things like this. It's just a matter of time. So let's get it done. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done. I do envy the responsibility. I do envy the role, the difficulty. But this is politics, and you ask for that kinda, right? It's tough. We're just closing with your call. We have 1 minute, so go ahead quickly.
Peace and blessings, my brother.
Hey, peace and blessings.
You know, it's such a funny thing. I know an 89-year-old man in the health center there, and the people sit down on benches and the sun hitting them. I mean, a little morning sun good for you, but I mean, we could have a little better system than that because so much other people standing up. You know.
Yeah.
We need to improve a lot of things in this country, and this call. Where Iwer did call this woman and she private phone, how did he get her number? What action is being taken against these things? The Auditor General, when he called her on a private number, tell her fix the books.
Yeah.
Anyway, my brother, we have so much things to deal with in this country, and Bartaria, we don't want PNM back here again, no. And you can see like they need to pull up the socks. A lot of socks need to pull up. Take care and all the best, my brother. And keep the truth in, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. And we close with that one, right? That's a good note to end on. We have a lot to do. Let us put our shoulders to the wheel and let us do the best that we can do in our society. Love and blessings to all. We'll be back tomorrow, God willing. Blessings. Take care.
Right here on the street, 91.9 FM.
Falling in love with Jesus.
This is the voice of Tuesday, Seventh-day Adventist. We are preaching Emergency Alert broadcast, which is from the Tuesday, Seventh-day Adventist Church. We will be featuring voices of brethren from different parts of the world, preaching the gospel, preaching prophecy as it relates to current events and the ending of the world. Listen